making the show. Buy a super chat or super sticker on YouTube directly. Select your donation and type your message to the world. And share. All donations go into directly funding new shows. Buy a super sticker or super chat now. Thank you.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. ULTI.TV.
We believe mixed is the best for the sport, for the world. That's why we're making a global showcase, starting in Europe, made in Amsterdam. ULTI.TV. ULTI.net.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Right now, he's gonna have to bid. Just a football.
Huge layout block, unbelievable stuff on the front corner of the end zone.
Maybe just that boost of energy they needed. A huge swing pass and a great grab there from Steer.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Bichon picks up and they've got a short field. They've got another goal. It's tied up at 12. I cannot believe what I'm seeing
Can
here.
Lola Dam chase that one down? That is a score for Harslinger Elferkel. Fantastic run by Julia Lutz.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge.
And we believe that requires knocking down the paywall.
We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch, and we want them to go viral.
When you become a member, you enable us to improve our working relationships with tournament organisers, events and federations.
And you'll help us to produce live stories for Ultimate fans, and to generate new fans with our enhanced content.
We are a group of Ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts, and we want to bring you coverage on a more consistent basis. We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Ciao ragazzi, support the community.
Let's subscribe ULTI.TV. There's lots of the videos, posting, everything. Check it out. They are the best one. Woo!
If you want to grow Ultimate Sports, become a member of ULTI.TV.
Regardez ULTI.TV. Deviens membre d'ULTI.TV et fais grandir ta communauté.
Stop ULTI.TV, följ eroginkime, Ultimate vendromene.
Si quieres ayudar a ULTI.TV, puedes ser miembro de ULTI.TV.
Everyone, follow ULTI.TV on Instagram, on YouTube. They've got everything.
Best content.
Like their pictures if you love Frisbee. Just do it.
We're counting on you.
Bli medlem på ULTI.TV.
Became member
of ULTI.TV.
Mamma mia.
Contribue au développement d'Ultimate avec ULTI.TV.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
We want to grow Ultimate.
We want to grow Ultimate. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We have our signature style 2-camera setup,
with thousands of hours of experience.
And our crew is globally dispersed to facilitate coverage everywhere around the world. We can also scale back our broadcast with just one elevated camera, or scale up with 2 fields, 2 cameras, and 2 commentators on each.
We work with local teams and we all have the same mission, to grow the sport and bring it to new people by providing live coverage and news stories.
Become a member today on our Patreon page.
And fund our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories, ideas and live coverage to the eyes of the ultimate world and beyond.
Help us go electric, become a member.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Lithuania for the European Ultimate Indoor Championships. Joining us here at the PRIENAI venue, about a 40-minute drive away from Kaunas. Open division action here all day, pools A and D, and we are back in Pool A, second game of the day for these two sides. We have Poland in the white and red, and Lithuania in the green and black. Benji Rees back with you here on commentary. Production here in PRIENAI today brought to you by the wonderful Zoom TV crew. ULTI.TV delighted to be working in conjunction with them for the first time. Both sides just going through some final tactics, warm-ups, getting everything ready to go. Differing fortunes for these two sides in their first games. For Lithuania too, going up against Latvia, as you can probably imagine, they found it tough sledding, but to their credit, they showed some flashes of really strong play. 17-5 they went down in the end. For Poland, definitely game of the day so far. You have to go back and watch this. 17-16 sudden death win over Ireland. Absolute classic. And they're trying to follow that up here with a victory over this young Lithuanian side. Will be Lithuania 2 to begin on offense. Lithuania, one of two countries with two teams in the open division alongside Latvia. There's the hooter. And we're underway here. Ball lands and goes through the end zone. It's a little bit troubling. That one high over the top. Defender very nearly got there, but didn't quite do so. And Tiauskas capitalizes, punching it in for the score.
That was clean and quick and efficient. So much so that they're keeping the same team out there. Not even changing through. No, that was pretty good. Off you go again. Schiller catching the pull. Pick. Disc is going to stay with Jerzy Novak. Underneath comes Kaczmarek. Runs the give go. He wanted more continuation downfield. He finds it from Schiller, and Schiller thrusts it into Robalewski for the score. Both sides with a clean offensive possession to begin the game. Pull is going to be bricked. Gielfgas had in dreadlocks, tied up in a bun. Underneath, Serpetauskas towards the end zone for the score. What a grab there from Robertas Kukas. I did say that this Lithuanian second side have got something about them. Seems a bit unorthodox at times, but it can be very effective. I tell you what, he's given him the chance to make a highlight play, and that play was duly made. Schiller to Robalewski. Underneath, gets in front of his defender. Kaczmarek. It's Dvorzetsky. Nice toe drag on this near side from Novak to make it to a piece. Offense ruling the roost early in this contest. Pull comes up from Piotr Boshash. That one, ooh, really airmailed out. He tried his level best to keep it in bounds. Very nearly did so as well, because honestly, the second that left his hand, I thought that was a turnover for sure. That is the way it turned out. But it very nearly came back in. Picked up just in front of that Polish flag by Bizon. And Bizon rolls it down the sideline into Mateusz Bank. That'll give Poland a 3-2 lead. Have a look at it again here on the replay. Maybe a tiny little bit of air bounce on it. Anyway, got it out early enough that the defenders couldn't get there, and the game's first break goes the way of the Poles. Low into the gut. Slavicius and trying to continue downfield, but they can't do so. And again, the Poles merciless on the turn, striking on the first pass. Second time this game with Dvorzetsky assisting Novak. And it's gone from 2-1 to 4-2 in the blink of an eye. And see a frustrated kick at the air from the Lithuanian defender. Again, a bit of air bounce on it as that one lands just shy of the end zone. Kaunas underneath, tight window, but squeeze it into Piškas. Now here's Lankauskas. Back to Kaunas. Kaunas with the blade. Finds Kazimieras Triauskas to make it 3-4. Triauskas was effective for this Lithuanian second side in the first contest they played this morning. That 17-5 loss to the Latvians. Picked up an assist and a couple of goals as well. Here's the pull from Lithuania. This one always floaty, might invite some pressure, brilliantly reeled in. Kaczmarek clearly asking the question of his receiver there, David Robalewski, and Robalewski had the answers that he wanted. Just gets the air underneath it, jumps so early for that one. Keeps the defender on the back shoulder. Expertly done. Underneath, Kaunas making the catch with the right hand. Continuing towards the end zone. Oh, there was the window there, but he really had to fire it in to Oremas Sapetauskas. And as a result, there's just too much on it for the receiver to comfortably deal with. As long as he's got no force here, feels like a dangerous proposition. Floats it towards the sideline. Bonk. Continuation floaty. Ooh, that invited the pressure. Just about came down in bounds for Skowronek. You saw there actually Bizonia kind of slapped his chest in acknowledgement. Yeah, I made that more difficult than it should have been. But Poland came up with it in the end. Another break for the Poles. 6-3 the lead now. See, it invites the defender, just curls away from him, and he's only just in bounds there, Skowronek. Still count rising. Puts a sky ball deep and answering and bringing it down is Jerzy Novak. He has the disc in his clutches now. And that one is going to sneak through Schiller's grasp and turn back to the Lithuanians. Lovely inside window found. Oh, there was a player open on the far side and he saw it late. He really wanted that throw. He was showing it for ages. Still count rising. In tight windows, they're able to stick it through. And Kukas and Triauskas combine to make it 6-4. Definitely do see that being left-handed, just having those slightly different release points and angles does change the shape of your offense sometimes. Here's the pull. This should be fielded at the back. Here's on. Bonk. That one. Oh, Skowronek knew what he'd done. He just waited for that one too long. And Tomas Malinauskas came charging through and got the block that he deserved. Cannot afford to be on your heels. Unfortunately for the Lithuanians, they cannot do anything with it. Turning it back instantly to the poles. Here's the blade across. Oh, it gets the tip. It might still be alive. He's there with the backup as well. Excellent defensive block that from Kaunas. Here's the diminutive Serpatauskas. Going back to Pieszczas. Kaunas wanted to try and squeeze that one to Lankauskas, but there wasn't a window there. Poles striking deep instantly while the defense isn't ready. Bonk just sits there in the end zone and waits for the thrower to put it bang on him, and that is what he does. Piotr Vrzaś with the assist. 3-point advantage restored for Poland, 7-4. But Lithuania too are definitely making it difficult for them. The knife over the top. Nice, beautiful offense, that one. Not looking like a second on that point, certainly. Using the over the top to open up a little bit of space. And then what I like is that rather than being static, they're following it up. Have a look at it on the replay. It's quick, they're on the move, they go. They're keeping the defender on the back shoulder. And Pieszczas again being a nuisance in the end zone, catching from Pieszczas to make it 7-5. Love it when offenses play with a bit of pace. More upbeat tempo. Bizon underneath to Skowronek. He's looking at the end zone, but he's not really liking what he sees. Back he goes, and there's the shot over the top. Oh, he dropped it. Too nonchalant on that occasion. It was a good shot, landed towards the back of the end zone, but was in bounds. I think he just maybe took it for granted. And what a way to get it back from Bank. Steaming through with the layout close to the sideline as well. And then pops up at the front of the end zone for the score. So 100% made amends there. Aberration, a stone cold drop, but gets it back with the layout and then instantly punched in from Bizonia to Bank to make it 8-5. Pieszczas kind of bundled that one into his chest. Tight on the sideline, going with the scuba over the top. There is maybe a discussion to be had here. Violation, I think. I think the Polish player is saying that when they're on that far sideline, maybe as he was trying to keep up, I must admit, I'm not sure what the infraction was. Signalled for a violation of some sort. Precisely the nature of that. Couldn't quite tell you, don't have ears down there on the field. Either way, disc is back in the Lithuanian position on the halfway line. Take the score off the board, which obviously our crew have already done, but they're one step ahead of me. Lankauskas looking towards the end zone. That one will count for Kazimieras Ciauskas. His 4th goal of the game to go along with an assist. Getting this Lithuania second side. They're hanging about. And they're not letting Poland pull away from them so far. As the Poles will receive with a chance to take half. I think this might be the first game of the day that hasn't started with a break. When I think about it. Poland will begin the second half on offense, so time for the old 2-0 here. 2 possessions back to back. If they can punch this in. Here's Sobiak. Oh, this is going to ask a lot of Skowronek. Did he keep it up? What a layout to secure possession. Now going down the line. Foul called on contact from Serpatauskas. Definitely feels like contact was made, but I think the disc was probably going to go out the sideline regardless. And good spirit there from Boitomier. Bizon retracts his call. Blading over the top to the end zone. Lithuania 2 with a break. Malinauskas and Morkunas combining for the score. Intelligent play, Kalinas spreading it over the top. Looking for the reset, doesn't see one, so turns, and as he does, Malinauskas streaking towards that far side. 8-7, Lithuania 2 within 1 of Galaxy Point, maybe? Question mark? That pool looks a little bit too deep. Schiller will bring it in from the brick mark. Underneath to Rogalewski. Back to Dvorzetsky. Dvorzetsky with the hammer. Looked a little bit sketchy. Might have been a little bit of jostling underneath it. But Dvorzetsky thinks, or excuse me, Kaczmarek thinks that wasn't going to affect it. I think that disc might be lost for the moment. We'll get a replacement. Lithuania 2, a chance to break to send us into Galaxy Point. And again, the Lithuanians trying to move this disc quickly, keep the Poles on their heels. Kazlauskas to the end zone. The Lithuanians roar. It's another break. Their 3rd point on the spin. 8-all, 9:30. We've got ourselves a Galaxy Point. You love to see it. Maybe not so if you're Polish, but it was just so quick. Couldn't keep up with it. Second scoring as many points for Malinauskas. Kazlauskas with the throw. So, you're familiar with Universe Point, of course. Sudden death, next goal wins for the game. Galaxy Point, it's like Universe Point, just a little bit smaller. Sudden death to take half. Poland, of course, as we mentioned, receiving to begin the second. So, Lithuanians would love a break here to bring this game back on serve. I don't think they're going to get it. Oh, they might do. Bonk, I think, just didn't get his hands in the right position. They weren't quite properly aligned. So when he clapped down, the disc span it out of there. Slaps the seats in frustration. Lithuanians trying to get loud on the sideline. I think a lot of the crowd in the stands here from the other teams, creating an atmosphere here. Pishkas in the backfield, Kalinas. Here's Morkunas. across to Kaunas. I think the Irish know that a Lithuania 2 win here gives them potentially a way back into the top 8 if they could then beat the Lithuanians later this afternoon. Pishkas, snuck that past. A leading pass into the end zone. Visionary stuff for Kaunas to Pishkas. 4 on the spin for Lithuania 2, and they break on Galaxy Point to take a 9-8 first half lead. Woof. Look at that. Just out of the hands, nice and early. Gets that float on it. Just sits it out there. Beautiful buttery biscuit of a backhand. And the Lithuanians, I think they're feeling themselves a little bit right now. I mean, you get it. You absolutely get it. What a comeback at the end of that half. From Lithuania's second team, remember. A lot of youth on that squad. But they're playing with that energy. And they're playing without fear. Their shackles off, it feels. And it's suiting them well. The Poles earned themselves a big lead and were looking good value for it. And then slowly, the door was ajar and the Lithuanians burst through it. Second half underway. 9-8 to the Lithuanians, the halftime score. How unlikely that seemed when Poland were receiving up 8-6. Kaczmarek underneath to Schiller. Schiller down the line, has the receiver he wants. That's Novak, catching his third goal of the game, tying us up at 9 at the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere, folks. This could go all the way. Hello to everyone watching in the YouTube chat. Lovely to have you on board with us here at EUIC. Of course, 2 pitches today. You've got us here in PRIENAI. Women's division action from Galevar as well. And 3 divisions tomorrow when we add mixed into the mix is happening now. But we're streaming that division as well from tomorrow as the first pass hammer into the end zone is bang on the money. Damantas Kaunas don't miss at the moment. I think it's Lukas Mokunas on the score. Deep pull, I think, is going to come back down in bounds. Opportunity potentially to pin the Poles deep. You see they're really giving Chayauskas license to roam and try and cause some havoc. Nice underneath cut. Timing's not quite there though. To Bolzetsky. Here's Schiller to the end zone and almost a carbon copy of the previous offensive point from Poland. Schiller down the line to Jerzy Novak. Makes it 10 apiece. Novak, by the way, now caught 4 of Poland's 10 scores. Schiller's thrown 3. Domantas Kaunas brings it in at the brick mark. Open underneath and continuation here to Čiauskas. Kazlauskas all right past the bidding defender, Bizonia, and there is a clash of bodies in that far corner, but the block was clean. Poles already across the halfway line. Looking to break, to take the lead. Skowronek down the line. Finds Vajash. And Poland back in front now, 11-10. Having finally arrested the Lithuanian development. Can they use this opportunity to pull away? Or will this just spur on the Lithuanians to more? Well, shared history between the two nations, of course. It's too complex for me to fully understand, so I will not touch that. Here's Malinauskas. Underneath to Kaunas. Kaunas looking, blading expansively. Kunas. Čiauskas with the stall count rising is called for the stall out. The continuation throw picked off in the end zone. Kaczmarek feels that he got it in time, but they're saying that I think Malinauskas continued as if there was no stoppage and it didn't affect the throw into the end zone. Again, not quite down at court side, so don't have the best ear on the discussions. And at any rate, I'm not sure it would be in a language that I understood. So the two sides just trying to come to the resolution here. Looks like it's going to stay with Dvorzetsky in the end zone for the Poles. Chance to go 2 points up again. Swing to Novak. Novak underneath, Kaczmarek. Finds a little bit of a window through Dvorzetsky. He's sitting that one out there nice and early. A beautifully weighted throw. Gets a hip bump from his teammate Novak. Dvorzetsky just feathering that one in there to Robalewski. And the Poles, again, beginning to exert a little bit of a measure of control here with a 12-10 scoreline. Timeout here on the field. Both sides get one minute timeout they can use during the game. You cannot use it in the last 5 minutes before the cap comes on. You can only use it between points. So I think with the Poles having dug their way out of a hole that they created themselves, Lithuanians taking the opportunity to maybe take the time out here. Also maybe an opportunity to give some of their key players a little bit of breathing space, breathing time. This one just keeps on going, never comes down. Kaunas from the brick mark. We have seen him shoot straight for the score from here. You imagine that Bizon is alert to it. Instead they get the underneath initiated from the far sideline by Kunas. Here's the option underneath Malinauskas. Malinauskas with the hammer over the top. It's helixing a little bit. And good help defense there, it seems, well, initially, from Vijash. There's a foul, however, called by the intended target for the Lithuanians, who I think was Kaunas, who initiated the possession initially. And that was going to be a tautology, and I just caught myself in time. And answer to your question, you can indeed watch the games after they have finished. If you go, YouTube's just had a little bit of a rejig recently, where it works. So, if you go onto the YouTube page, which is ULTI.TV, and then the live channel there, you should be able to rewatch all of the games that have been streamed so far this weekend. And not just here, but all the other Ultimate we've brought you over the course of a long season here in Europe and across the world. This goes back, and now here's Kaunas shooting for the end zone. Oh, that is a really heads-up play there from Piotr Vijash, because they very nearly snuck it right past his ears, but he turned around and was wise to it quickly enough. This one shot deep from Bizań and past two Lithuanian defenders into Mateusz Bank, who's had an up and down game, but he's grabbed his fourth goal there. Now tied for the team leading goals this game with 4. And what you like is that even though he's had a couple of drops, Bizań has not lost faith in him and will continue to throw to him deep if he feels that it's open. Chiauskas, slightly unorthodox lefty. Ooh, threw that into coverage, but Serpataukas got it clean and then gets a little bit of a bump on the mark from Novak. Again, pressure is tight, but still getting it through the Lithuanians. Oh, I did not see that scuba coming, and unfortunately, neither did the Lithuanian teammates. Here's the deep shot, trying to strike in one off the paw of Kaczmarek. And that one, what a grab by Chiauskas. The scuba into coverage. I must admit, when it went up, I was like, this will be defended. This is fine. It's certainly an audacious effort from Kaunas. And the hand is there, but Schiller comes up empty. And Chiauskas back on the scoreboard. It feels like it's only ever a matter of time. It's 13-11. Again, Lithuania just about keeping touch there. 5th goal of the game, as well as an assist now for Kazimieras Chiauskas. Skowronek. Back to Bizań. Bunk, and the defender tried to poach off and come in there. I think it's Malinauskas. I think Skowronek maybe felt that he came across his path. Malinauskas saying, I just think I got there cleanly. And in the end, the call is retracted. Break chance with Kaunas picking up. Everything seems to be operating within the Lithuanian half of the field at the moment. Can they find more of a vertical element to their offense? That's some nice give-go down that far sideline. Piškas coming through as Lankauskas into the end zone. Morkūnas, really sweet offense that time from these young Lithuanians. They needed to get a bit more stretching of the field. That down the line cut provided it. Recognised that Bunk was poaching into the end zone well, so they took that swing wisely through to Lankauskas, and as soon as he comes out of that space, that's the space that Morkūnas attacks. And the disc is duly thrown to him. His third goal and a couple of assists as well now for Morkūnas. Poles only up by 1. Oh no! He had it in his hands, did Robalewski, and the tough landing on this hard floor ground stripped him. That's a tough one for the Poles. You feel for Robalewski, but Lithuania, hey, sometimes the breaks fall your way and you have to take advantage of them, as they did there. They've got Čiauskas isolated in the end zone with no help, just a little plant towards the break side. Got to be stronger on the force there. Kaunas just gets the blade over the top, and we're tied at 13s again. This game, honestly. Every time it feels like the Poles have found the rhythm and are going to pull away, they are pulled back. Will try to get themselves in pole position once more now. Pun very much intended. Vajash. Čiauskas. Here's Skowronek. And through the hands! Vajash, usually so reliable. The hammer over the top. There's a couple of players there. Malinauskas has the catch. More importantly, I think he and Čiauskas are okay. I must admit, I had my heart in my mouth there. Čiauskas just has to take a breather on the sideline. That was a really hefty collision. And I really thought that could be nasty for a moment. Just like the communication a bit, it feels. And it could have been doubly worrying for Lithuania. Not only if the players got injured, but also if they were unable to make the catch. As it is, the goal is good. The Lithuanians in front. And that one, whoa, I would say turfed, but we're indoors. Throws it straight to the floor. What an aberration from Dvorzetsky. This one, scuba for Malinauskas for the score! Kaunas and Malinauskas are answering the call. Time and time again. Now 4 goals for Malinauskas, 6 assists for Kaunas. What a cheeky throw, sees the space, gets it out nice and early over the top of the defender. The only player who's ever going to get that is Malinowski, and he comes up with the goods. But for the Poles, who fought themselves back from the most perilous positions against the Irish, could they be seeing the same thing happening to them here? Here's the deep shot, and that one is on the money. Boy, the Poles needed that. Bizon to Sobiak. Sobiak's first goal of the game. 4th assist for Bizon. If you're an Irish fan here, either in the stands or watching at home, rooting strong for Lithuania, because a victory for them gives you an opportunity to potentially make the top 8. Can the Poles find the fight back? That one, wow, what a bid that came flying in, but he's out of position now. Čiauskas calling for calm, and then he wanted to play it calmly. but he saw the receiver in the end zone and he couldn't help himself, just rushed the throw. Good to see, by the way, that Chiaskas is back on the field after that really nasty looking collision with his teammates earlier. Dvorzetsky looking underneath. Lankauskas tried to find a way to come around the back and steal the disc from in front, but got an awful lot of Schiller as he did so, and foul is quickly accepted. Violation. Just moving a little bit quickly there was more Kaunas. Just under 30 seconds to go, and Schiller down the line to Novak, makes it 15 apiece. So Huta will go in about 10 seconds time with the score 15-15. No matter who scores, 16-15. Add 1 to that. Game to 17. Both sides know what the task in front of them is. That one's fired through. I think that we're talking about whether or not it was 2 meters or higher. I think they're saying that probably wasn't. Oh, trying to steal a march there. Here's Malinauskas looking for his first assist of the game. Just throws it a little bit too deep. Kaunas normally on the throwing end of that combination. Asking why? We could have just... We don't need to force it necessarily. Will the Poles let them back in? Skowronek across to Sobiak. Sobiak back to Vajash. Vajash down the sideline into Bank. Poles back up, 16-15. The Lithuanians are going to do it. Well, first they need to put this in, and then they'll need to break on Universe. Just as easy as that. Lithuanians have had opportunities maybe to close out this game. Think about that blade down the sideline a couple of points ago. Chiauskas just lathered through the end zone. That scuba there, or hammer, excuse me, maybe just a little bit too ambitious. Here's the knife over the top. Seslovicius to Chiauskas. Kaunas leading across to Lankauskas. Here's Malinauskas to Kaunas. He finds Chiauskas. It's 16-16. We've got ourselves another Universe point game. This time the Poles will be starting on offense rather than defense. Who saw this one going all the way? Hands in the air. It wasn't me. Ball comes down in bounds, fielded at the front of the end zone. Is on. There's the break available. Bank has to slide to the floor, but he does secure it. He's got no force. The Irish lads in front know that a win could let the door open for them to come back in the top 8. Here's the blade towards the end zone, and it is slapped away by Domantas Kaunas. Bunk's down. I think he took a heavy landing. With the stall count rising, thought I may as well see if I can give the receiver a shot to end it here. Do hope that Bunk's going to be okay. I think it's the collision with the seats that does him. That one, oh, is a little bit behind, but it ends up in Chiaskas's hands. Still count rising, and into traffic. I think they weren't expecting him to catch it, and they weren't ready for it afterwards. Jash. Underneath Skowronek. Surely this time the Poles will wait until they get the golden opportunity. They will not force it. Skowronek trying to steal a march. Has to come short. Getting very loud in here over the top to Sobiak. Kaczmarek. And Chiaskas with a little bit of the clip on the mark. The break down the sideline for the Poles. Skowronek sits in the sand, and the Poles hold on by the very tips of the fingers. But what a game, and what an effort for the Lithuanians, who are out on their feet out there. A heartbreaker for the Lithuanian fans. They had their opportunities. They got the disc on Universe, but they couldn't quite make it work. And at the second time of asking, the Poles punched it in. And in doing so, punched their ticket into the top 8. We've got to wrap this one up quickly here while we'll give you a little highlight package as well, because next game starts in a little over 10 minutes time. And that is going to be Belgium versus Slovakia. In the meantime, from all of us here in Lithuania, on behalf of ULTI.TV and Zoom TV, Benji Rees saying we'll see you on the other side. What a game!
ULTI.TV